We're Marty's gang. So we're going to talk about 1984, Van Halen's last album with Dave, and a lot of great tracks and some tracks that maybe aren't so great. Bill, you want to start with the...
All right. So we're going to do a worst to first ranking, and then we'll come up, see what, we agree the best tracks. A lot of people out there, they'll rank songs, they'll rank albums, but I haven't really seen anything where they just take one album and break it down. If they do, it's one person's opinion. You got four. So let's see what happens. We're going to start with my last ranked song would be the instrumental 1984. It's an instrumental. As these guys know, I'm not a fan of instrumentals. I consider them a waste of time. So that would be my ninth. Randy.
That is also my ninth because there's no such thing as an instrumental being a good song. So that has to be the last.
Wow. So you guys aren't going to be looking at Yes songs tonight?
No. Jason, where do you put 1984?
I would definitely agree that it is a weak synthy song and definitely at the bottom of the album.
So you're ninth?
Yep, for sure.
Okay. Pete?
Yeah, I have to concur. 1984. I mean, when it comes to instrumentals, I generally agree. Most of them are kind of filler. And when it comes to Van Halen, Saturday Afternoon in the Park off of Fair Warning, that is my favorite instrumental from
Excellent
the entire catalog. And it also because it features Alex, which is kind of unique.
It would still be at the bottom.
Yeah. But it would still be at the bottom of Fair Warning too, but it's at least a half decent instrumental. So 1984. It sounds dated as hell. Like just
sure does.
Silly 80s kind of synthy sound. So
okay. My number 8 would be House of Pain, just because it doesn't matter how many times I hear it, within 3 to 4 minutes, I forget what it even sounds like. Randy?
Really? Okay, well, so my ranking for House of Pain is number 6 on the album.
Okay.
I don't mind it. I like the guitars on it. I think Dave is pretty awesome on it. The lyrics are a little bit to be desired, but that's okay too. That's how some Van Halen tunes roll. But yeah, I've definitely got mine higher than Bill's.
I would put House of Pain probably at number 3.
Wow.
I love the syncopation. I love the drumming. As I mentioned before, me and my buddy, we play music together. We worked on House of Pain for 6 months to turn it into something jazzy. And there is so much in House of Pain that is unique to that track that Van Halen did. I love it. I absolutely love it. I would not put it anywhere near the bottom. I'd put it at number 2 or number 3 for sure. Probably number 3.
Interesting. Yeah.
You're terrible.
Jobber.
I got it at number 7. So I'm close to you guys, Randy. But I would say it's got a unique riff. I like the riff. It's a little closer to Sabbath sounding riffs in my opinion. And if it were on Diver Down, it would be up to 2 easily. But
that's
sure.
not saying.
Yeah.
But there's just too much competition on 1984. So
yeah, for sure.
That's right.
All right. Okay, moving on. My number 7. Ready for catch some flack on this one. Girl Gone Bad. Again, I can hear it, and within 5 minutes, I'm sorry, you know me. I love my hooks. I love, and this just doesn't do a lot for me.
Well, I've got that as my number 8.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there's so much quality on the album other than the instrumental. That's where it lands for me. It still is a cool track, but it doesn't match up to the rest of them for me.
So for me, Girl Gone Bad is easily the best track on the album. No question.
Oh.
It has Eddie used this type of octave harmonic picking that Lenny Breau devised in the 1970s. With the beginning with the harmonic, he makes it sound like a piano almost. And Girl Gone Bad to me, in terms of Alex's drumming, in terms of Eddie's guitar playing, it is the best Van Halen track ever. There's no question.
Wow,
about it.
ever?
It is,
That's
for
pretty
me,
aggressive.
Girl Gone Bad is #1 period Van Halen song of all time. It is the hardest song to play. It is the most brilliant harmonically structured song that they did. Alex doesn't miss a beat on anything, and Eddie's guitar playing, it cannot be
Dude,
reproduced by
I
anybody.
think being in Winnipeg, your brain's frozen,
yeah.
but I'm gonna let it go.
I was actually gonna say I see you're wearing prescription glasses, but you gotta do something for your ears, man. That's terrible take.
Jobber.
I wouldn't make such as a bold statement as it's the best Van Halen song ever. But I have it at number 4. And a lot of it is similar to what you were saying. And it's like the intro goes from this kind of fast ride cymbal, almost bebop type of harmonic thing. And then it opens up into this almost, like Over the Hills and Far Away by Zeppelin.
Yeah.
These big
I thought you were
open
talking Gary
chords.
Moore.
And then the beat settles into this kind of Zeppelin kind of stompy, type of beat. And it just all these changes in just a couple of minutes. It's pretty amazing. And but beyond that, it's I don't know, it gets repetitive afterwards. So it doesn't stick with me as much.
Okay. Cool. All right, moving along. My number 6, Top Jimmy. Yeah, don't got a lot to say about it. It's not in the top 5, but it's definitely better than the other ones I've ranked. So that's all I got to say about Top Jimmy.
Well, Top Jimmy, I've got it at number 7. I do like the chorus. Again, it's just that the competition is so strong on this album, but I can still listen to it again the other day. I don't get sick of it, but it's not up at the top for me for sure.
Yeah, for me, Top Jimmy is the third line going to the fourth line almost. In terms of hockey, there's some good things about it. It's a straight up cool track, but definitely not memorable.
Yeah.
What number did you give it?
I would definitely put it at 7.
Okay. Jobber.
I put it at 6, so same for you guys. I think I like the story. Isn't it about some lounge singer?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it is
the lyrics
actually.
are about some guy that was famous in Cafe Wa or whatever.
I always thought it was about
Uncle
Hendrix.
Ran. And so that's why, oh Jimmy, you're the king.
I thought it was about Hendrix, but
it's a good song. It's not
I thought it was about
it's
Hoffa.
not notable, that's all.
you thought it was about who rock?
No, Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's buried at the 50-yard line of the Giant Stadium. Yeah.
All right. My number 5, Drop Dead Legs. That's kind of bridges the gap. It's way better than my bottom 4, not quite like my top 4, but I like the change of pace on it. Yeah, number 5.
Oh yeah, that's number 5 for me too. That's where it's starting to split for me because I love Drop Dead Legs. I love the guitar. I love the vocals. It just makes me chill out. And the fact that Dave can throw in a Betty Boop reference, outstanding.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Drop Dead Legs has just this awesome guitar intro. And it's sort of like Eddie just sits down and plays, a riff in his head. And
yeah,
I love that opening. And it's got this grit. And once again, Alex just punches everything so hard. And it's a song that you can't help but really get into the groove on, and the
yeah, absolutely.
groove in Drop Dead Legs is great. And as much as it's not my top 4, it's the best song afterwards, I would say.
Yeah, I love it. Like I said, the Betty Boop reference is pretty cool because I don't think many lyricists could do that. If it was Jessica Rabbit, it might have gone up a little higher on my list.
Yeah. Or the lead singer of Warren.
Yes, that's right.
No,
Oh,
the
yeah.
second one.
Well,
I'm number
there's
5 too.
a warrant. Janny Lane.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Jobber?
Jamie St. James.
No, love James and James, but not with warrant. Okay, Jobber.
Number 5. So
Really?
I
Across the
love the
board.
riff.
Yeah,
What's that?
lots of five there.
I think,
Yeah.
Fives are wild.
I think it's the only song we're all going to agree on is number 5 is
Yeah.
Drop Dead Legs. Yeah, it is. for
Great
sure.
track.
It's got a great again, a great riff. I love the there's the harmony, or there's a certain riff in the where it almost sounds like a sitar
Yeah.
Yes.
at the very beginning, and then the drums come in on the flange, and I just love that. I don't think I've heard that sound in any other Van Halen song.
You know what I like more? Those sound effects.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
actually a classic.
That was beautiful.
I thought I heard that on an unreleased Jobber album.
See,
It was a
Otto,
Jobber demo. It was a Jobber demo from the early
in the
90s.
1980s, we didn't have instruments. We had one crappy guitar and some fake drums, and we had to like make everything up with our mouths, right?
Well, it's
Yeah.
just tennis rackets, you know, they take
Yes.
you along.
Tennis rackets can make notes at times.
All right, my number 4, Hot for Teacher. Yeah, I don't know, one of the best videos.
Well, yeah, it's I'll say it's probably the sexiest video I've ever seen in my life. It's every fantasy we had in
Except for this one.
high, right? Like if we hated school and
Yeah.
loved the high
didn't.
school we went to, and we're still all friends because of that high school, but
Mhm.
that era was, especially the 80s, was this, it seemed like we were in jail. Sorry to me. Kind of like
Yeah.
to a certain extent, we looked at those things. And then Hot for Teacher video came out and it was like, whoa, I'm stupid enough at 15 years old or 16 years old that I think that might happen.
Yeah.
It never
Well,
did.
and I love even
Well,
the
maybe it
spoken
does
word,
now, but
the spoken words. Give me something to write on, man. Like things
Yeah.
like that, I really like. Dave
Yeah,
was
I
the
don't-
master of
And didn't JT always have to go to the back of the bus?
that. Yes, he did.
I always did. That's right.
Yeah.
And there was, yeah. So
I still use that line at work. I don't feel tardy.
Yeah.
uh,
So
Rock-
that's my
Rock,
number
where'd you put it?
4 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
JT, where did you put it?
I would say, yeah, number 4. Wait, hold on. How many more do we have left?
You haven't had a number 4 yet.
Wait,
So
hold
you're
on.
good if you want to throw it there.
I got Girl Gone Bad at 1. I know what my
Don't
second
tell us you 2. You got House of Pain at 3.
right.
So you're missing
Jump
a
and
4.
I'll wait.
What's that?
I'm putting I'm putting Jump way below it. I'll wait and Panama above it. So what does that mean?
Hey, you're confusing us.
This is
Yeah, I don't
this
know what
is
you're talking
why we're not involved in math.
Why did you not write down your numbers? Sorry, folks.
Because I thought we were going to argue about the solo on Girl Gone Bad for an hour.
No. Okay, you figure out your number. Jobber.
Hot for Teacher 3.
Oh, good call.
I mean,
Can I rate the
I
video
love the
different
I
than
love the
the
intro. The intro is actually very hard to play, obviously. but-
Actually, you know what?
It is awesome
And I hate to say
intro.
I hate to say it because you guys are musicians and I'm really not. Other than air guitar, I'm really good. I don't like the intro. If that intro was not there, I'd probably have it a little bit higher.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's that's like sacrilege in the Van Halen.
I just blew your mind. I know
Wow.
that. Sorry. But
So-
you know what? I have a Van Halen shirt on, so I think I know more than you guys. So just live with it.
Wow.
Moving on to number 3. Mine is All Wait, because you guys know I'm a sucker for ballads, and
Yes, we do know that.
Yeah, and we'll have the power ballad show for sure because
yeah, hell yeah.
For sure.
because Otto needs to be taken down a couple of steps on
I think
how
he does.
great power ballads are.
But
because
I
they're
will
not.
say, I'll wait.
And
is so
I'll Wait
awesome.
is not a power ballad.
That's right. It's not a
No, it's
power
not a
ballad,
power ballad.
but it
No,
is balladish.
It's
Yes.
ballad-esque.
It's
But I
a
almost
love
put it at number
song.
2, but I did put it at number 3. So just like you,
Nice.
number 3.
Good call. Good
So
call.
I would always put I'll Wait at number 3 for sure. And
Yeah.
it is a love song. It is a weird love song. And I think that me and Jobber have talked about it before, and I think me and you, Rock, have talked about it before, is that there is this period about 5 or 10 years ago that where a bunch of bluegrass musicians did covers of Van Halen and Black Sabbath. And the cover of I'll Wait is just, but I think it's a band called Dark Horse, or it's a band from Tuscaloosa or anything, a southern band, and they just nail it. And they kind of capture the aspect of kind of how creepy it is, because it's sort of a song about stalking.
Yeah.
Because I'll wait until your love comes down. And Dave's voice in that song it's restrained. It's not Dave Monkey Hour, right? Which
Yeah.
he used to call it. And he's holding it back, and it's watching someone, and you're waiting for the right person to be in the position you're gonna get to approach them with, or whatever. But that's what I like about the song. It's kind of like that the Lisa Dalbello's song, "Gonna Get Close."
Oh,
to
gonna
You.
get close to you.
Yeah,
Which,
that Queensrÿche
right.
covered, and both of them are super creepy. I think I'll Wait's in that same aspect.
See,
But
I'll
that's kind
Wait
of like,
is
yeah, go ahead.
really good. Sorry, go ahead, Jobber.
Just gonna say, like Every Breath You Take
Yeah,
Yeah.
by the Police
Yeah.
is also a stalking song. You know, although many people consider it their love song, which is rather ironic.
Yeah. But I'll Wait is so, to me anyways, it's so glossy. It's very 80s. I do understand how some of the
it is
hardcore
glossy.
Van
Yeah.
Halen, fans might not like it because there's so much keyboards. And like I said, it just is so glossy, but I kind of like it.
Where did you rank it, Jobber?
8. So
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
running.
Holy.
I thought
You
Don't
fell
ever
off
go
the
to
table
Alabama.
on that one,
I
Pete.
don't-
We're all talking
I-
like 2s, 3s, 4s. What's going on,
I,
man?
I used to like the song. I just can't listen to it anymore. I think the
Really?
keyboard sound is way too dated. It's kind of like a Deep
But
Purple,
we're all dated,
Hammond
Pete.
organ sound. It just dates it to that particular era.
It's really heavy.
Also, I think
yeah.
it was co-written by Michael McDonald. That's
There's
somewhere
always
I
been
read that.
controversy. There's always controversy about who wrote that synth line.
I think he played on it. I don't think he wrote it, but let me check out the details while you guys continue.
Yeah,
'cause
like
I mean, it's not a
they
bad
never,
song.
They never
just-
lie
I
on
think
those two, right?
No, they never do. It's
I think
gospel.
there's a law in, like, from 1974 to 1984, that any song that has a keyboard on it, Michael McDonald gets credit. I'm not.
I think so, yeah.
But I think I'd love to actually hear that song with only guitar.
You
Like,
should
just
you
if
should
you-
listen
if you
to
get
the
a-
blue.
They did a
bluegrass
guitar version of it. It'd be
Awesome.
probably would be less.
Pete, I think you should do a
So
version
it doesn't
just
say
playing
on
your
there at
bass.
all, but
Yeah.
Just play your bass. That'd be awesome.
Okay, I'll
impossible.
give that a whirl.
Okay, moving on. My number 2, Panama.
Yes.
now number 2 for me.
There we go.
Shocker.
Uh,
Awesome video, kind of. Well, I mean, and Van Halen, at least until Sammy and Gary Sharon took over, always had great videos. So
I
that's a
thought-
great video.
Rock, I thought there was a rule that Gary Sharon's name can never be brought up again, but
Actually, that should be a
Well,
rule.
no, and if you're talking extreme, because I'm sorry, Porno Graffiti was a fantastic
No,
album. Yeah.
Extreme sucks.
No,
They're terrible.
no. Anyways, that might be another show.
How bad they suck?
No, they don't. But anyways, JT, where do you got Panama?
number 2, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, so
Love the hair dryer. Love everything on that.
because, as we've discussed before, I was lucky enough when I was in junior high that the 1984 tour came through Winnipeg when I was in grade 8, right? And I got to see 1984 tour live, and the Panama song was, Michael Anthony's hooked up on a fucking, he's drinking alcohol beforehand or whatever, and they get into it. Panama's just super catchy. to me, it is the aspect of 1984 that captures it perfectly. It's fun. It's got great guitar. It's got great drumming. It's got everything that brings that album to that kind of Pasadena, California life forward into heavy metal, hard rock, and just nails it 100%. I never feel bad when I hear Panama ever.
Yeah,
Nice.
can't get sick of it.
Jobber.
Number one.
Number
It's the
one.
quintessential Van Halen album, or quintessential Van Halen song.
Yeah.
You could practically put that on any one of their previous albums, and it would fit perfectly.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just a tour de force of Eddie's dexterity. I mean,
It sure is. It's
like,
and
just the upper voicing, going to the harmonics, going into a lick, going into a rhythm mode. It's just it's so seamless.
yeah, and I
And
think
at the same time, it's so catchy. Actually, I love the video is great because I always thought that they actually arrested Dave. Turns out that was completely staged.
of course.
Yeah, like most videos. Yeah,
Yeah.
shocker.
And I think Pete, a good point is me and you when we were teenagers. 1984 was already 2 or 3 years old, and we started playing music together. And definitely, as bass players and noodling around with guitar, it was something that we couldn't understand. Us, for me, anyways, was we couldn't understand how easy it sounded to play, and yet how hard it was to actually play.
Okay, but you guys can talk about the playing of Van Halen and all that. Yeah, no doubt there that he's great. But that's the Dave show. Panama is the Dave show.
It is totally, and that's
Yeah,
why
and-
it's such a good song. Is that the music underneath is subtle. It's not an Eddie massive solo and a giant Alex drum solo.
Yeah.
It's Dave's performance and the lyrics and the way he performs it. It is kind of a way that Van Halen wasn't over the top,
Yeah.
subdued, but yet completely consistent, trying or executing complex music vocally in a great arrangement that really is one of the greatest FM songs of all time, Panama.
And I was getting back to the video. Yeah, yes, it did fool me. But if had that been Vince Neil, that definitely would have been a real arrest footage.
That's right.
Ouch.
Poor Vin.
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
That's a whole other episode there. All right. My number one, yeah, it's Jump. Again, like, we've discussed, a lot of Van Halen fans are gonna say, well, this dude doesn't know Van Halen because Jump's his favorite, probably like JT there. But I don't know, I love the song, love the video. It just brings me back to a time and a place, and music to me it's a soundtrack of our lives, and that's one hell of a soundtrack.
Jump for me is also number one. I cannot get sick of it. Again, I do understand that the people who are thinking Unchained might not like Jump, but I love it. I can't get sick of it. I can't get sick of the video, especially because they didn't do anything special. It was just them kind of dancing around. It still is probably one of my favorite videos of all time.
It's cool.
The song is awesome. And again, I know how great Eddie is on the guitar, on the keyboards, whatever, but to me, it's all Dave all the time. And I love it. Can't get sick of it.
Wow.
Oh, and just quickly before JT goes into a rant, plus in middle school, I did the David Lee Roth splits to Jump during a dance and completely split my pants.
I don't doubt that.
That's not a great memory, but I remember being young and agile that I actually could do the
You
David Lee Roth.
you had no permanent injury because of it, though, right?
No, thank God.
Oh well,
Yeah, okay.
You have had kids, so clearly you didn't. So
It's right. Okay.
yeah, and I think that exactly what Otto's saying is that we've had this discussion for a long time. Is that
Only about 40 years. It hasn't been that long.
how old are
Well,
we?
in geological terms, no, it's
Yeah.
not been long at all.
Yeah, that's right.
So when the 1984 album came out, my buddy, who's he's been in the musical game for a long time. He was in grade 8 home ec class with me here in Winnipeg, and he brought the cassette tape in, and it had a baby smoking, and I'm like, this is gonna be worse than Diver Down. I know what this is going to be about. I don't even like Van Halen anymore. This is grade 8 home ec class. And he played the opening of Jump, and I was like, no, they're done. This is over. This is the worst song ever. And I don't think I ever got past that. And now, do I love Moog since? Oh, totally.
You gotta bury that scar, man.
I know. But to me, so when I saw that video and how constructed it was like exactly what you said, Rock, is that the Unchained Van Halen was gone.
Yeah.
And now it's the MTV Van Halen. And now it's the FM rock Van Halen. And that is what made me not like that song. Even though like I can go through it right now and tell you it is a brilliant song. Totally brilliant. I love Eddie's keyboards on it, but it's not Van Halen to me. And that has always been the thorn in my side with that track. And it is the second last song on this album for me, other than the 1984 intro. And it always will be. And I'm not, it's, if I compare it to music today, it's genius. It's amazing. It's incredible. I'm comparing it to Van Halen.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. Sure. Okay. Jobber.
Number 2. I mean, it's just too infectious, and I wouldn't want to listen to it every day, but every time it comes on, it just, you can't help but just tap your toes and snap your fingers. It's just such a great, upbeat, happy song. And it has all the elements. It has Dave's, I mean, if Sammy were singing over it, it would just be about something gushy like love. I mean, Dave puts a whole different spin on it.
It would be more about holding hands at the park and stuff like that, and all that garbage.
There we go.
But I vaguely remember Bill and I recreating the video quite a few times on some drunken nights. So if we ever come up with video with that, I'll make sure to send it off so you guys can upload. Because that would be gold.
The acrobatic kicks will be awesome, Rock.
Because we did Jump a lot back in the day, and I'm sure we did Yankee Rose quite a few times too. That's cool.
The buttless chaps.
Yeah. Well, I still got them.
I'm pretty sure that Otto can pull off some of those sometimes. He's got some good glutes going on.
Not anymore.
Very interesting though. Yankee Rose attempts to recreate Jump in the video in a lot of ways. Yeah, and it's interesting in its own way, but it doesn't quite get. It's Dave too unrestrained.
Yes,
there weren't any adults in the room saying, let's pull this back a little.
Yeah.
No, it's a Belleville moment.
So did you tally those up right now?
All right. So we've got from worst to first on Van Halen's 1984 album. We have in 9th place, 1984. 8th place, Top Jimmy. 7th, House of Pain. 6th, Drop Dead Legs. 5th, Girl Gone Bad. 4th, All Wait. The bronze medal goes to Hot for Teacher. The silver would go to Jump. And the gold medal would go to Panama.
Oh,
I like it.
There you have it.